To the SportsMax Zone, and in this Olympic year we continue with track and field. Two-time reigning world 200-meter champion Shericka Jackson returned to winning ways at the Stockholm Diamond League meet on Sunday. Jackson rebounding from a disappointing fifth place finish in Oslo last Thursday by producing a season's best 22.69 to win ahead of Sweden's Julia Henriksson 22.89 and Great Britain's Amy Hunt 22.92. The athletes ran into a 2.0 meters per second wind. Meanwhile, reigning world champion Femke Bol of the Netherlands ended Rochelle Clayton's perfect start to the season over 400-meter hurdles. In her season opener, Bol eased away from Clayton down the home stretch to win in 53.07. Clayton was second in 53.78, with fellow Jamaican Andronette Knight placing third in a season's best 54.62. In the men's equivalent, the British Virgin Islands' main hope for a first-ever Olympic medal, Kyron McMaster, clocked a season's best 48.05. For the runner-up spot, 2022 world champion Alison Dos Santos clocked 47.01 to remain perfect after 3 starts this season. Other Caribbean podium finishes came in the women's triple jump. Jamaica's Shanika Ricketts, 14.40 meters for second, with Dominica Stia-Lafond finishing third at 14.26. The event won by Cuba's Leanis Perez Hernandez in 14.67 meters. So, rebound of sorts for Shericka Jackson. A season's best for her, Ricardo, but by her standards, not a time that, you know, she will gloat over.
Yeah, definitely a lot more encouraging than what we saw on Thursday in Oslo, though, because if you remember, to me at least, she looked labored on the curve, and that was a massive concern for me. It seemed as if she was making a concerted effort this time around to really run the curve hard, and she ran it well too, came into the straightaway with the lead. It would have been good to see Brittany Brown in that race, because Brittany Brown had won in 22.32 in Oslo, and she was a late withdrawal from Sunday's race, so that was a little bit disappointing, because I would have loved to see Shericka against her. But having said that, it was a much better performance than a few days earlier. Now, you have to think of it this way. If Shericka Jackson, from 22.97, looking relatively awful by her standards, to 22.69 in a minus 2.0, when you do the calculations, that's somewhere about 22.47 to 22.52 at zero wind. So she has taken off about half a second in just 3 or 4 days. Imagine what she can do in another 3 or 4 weeks. And that's why I said last week, for me, it's all about if she is 100% healthy at this stage and is able to put the work in. Because once she is able to put the work in, yes, and she is not feeling pain, then I think she is going to be fine. But it's all about how she is feeling now.
And she did say pre-Stockholm that her target initially is the Jamaica National Trials in late June, because she has to be in shape for that to set up herself for a Paris, you know, top flight performance. Quickly moving on, Rochelle Clayton, impressive in the 400 hurdles so far this year, but coming up against a big one, Femke Bol, Ricardo. And no shame in losing to Bol, is there?
Yeah, no shame in losing to Bol. The real story here for me, though, is that all the track and field world saw Sydney McLaughlin-Leveroni on Friday at the Edwin Moses Invitational. She opened with 52.70, wow, her first 400 hurdles race in a couple of years, really. And so everyone was looking to Femke Bol now to see what her opener would be. And it was pretty good. Different conditions, of course, in Europe. 53.07, very good. I was impressed with Rochelle Clayton, though, because what Rochelle has done a lot better this season is attack the first 300 and really try to hold on. And you'll see that when she comes into the straightaway, Rochelle Clayton, she is right there with Femke Bol. And I think she and her coach, Ronaldo Walcott, who also coaches Shelley and Fraser Price and Elaine Thompson-Hira, have been working on that. And I think when she unloads, because as she pointed out last week, Thursday, she is running under heavy training at this stage of the season. And when she unloads and get to the Nationals and ultimately the Olympics, I expect her to be able to take that type of performance well beyond 300 and a lot closer to 400. And that may be the difference between her finishing off the podium at the Olympic Games and actually getting a medal. Because make no mistake about it, Sydney McLaughlin-Leveroni and Femke Bol are massive favourites for gold and silver.
Yes.
The real fight could be for the bronze medal.
Yeah, so we'll look at her during national champs and see how she does. Thea Lafond, a quick comment on her performance in triple jump.
Interesting what's happening in the triple jump. I know a lot of the venues, the conditions haven't been great for the triple jumpers. The performances haven't been stunning. I think after Thea Lafond's indoor season where she went 15.01 meters, maybe the bar was set so high there that we were expecting more 1460s and 70s performances at this stage of the season. It's not happening for anyone in the field, but it could also be that these girls know what's at stake this year. Yulimar Rojas is not there, and so everyone wants to get to the Paris Olympics in peak form, and I think that's where we'll see the real massive performances.
Yeah, break time now. We'll be back to wrap the show with our interactive segment on the other side of the break.